Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So Kevy found himself an Acer Aspire 4530. It actually has a dual core AMD Athlon 64-bit processor, 1.9 gigahertz per core, and we do have NVIDIA graphics in this thing. Surprisingly enough, upwards to 1 gigabyte. It actually has 256 dedicated, and the rest is shared up to a gig. Well, that of course is with only having 3 gigs of RAM. So with 4 gigs of RAM, we might actually get a little bit more. I had to upgrade it actually to 4 gigs because I think there was a problem with the 1 gig chip. Now this thing originally came factory with 3 gigs of RAM and a 250 gig HDD SATA drive. And of course I've left the hard drive alone for now. I want to see how it does. But it did have Windows 7 Ultimate. But I needed to upgrade it to Windows 10. I got this at Value Village for 20 bucks. So I thought, well, hey, what the heck, you know, I mean, that's a score and a half. And for everything intact and working. And of course the tag says as is, obviously, and there was no power supply. So I did have to pony up the dough for 40 bucks at Best Buy for a power supply. They actually gave me 10 bucks off. Only because I was originally heading to the Source, because the Source does sell them for 40, and the guy first showed me a couple of power supplies, and I'm like, I can get it for like a third of that at the Source. Like, seriously, you got anything cheaper? So he had one for 50 bucks, and I said, well, let's see if it works first. You know, it's one of those universal power supplies, and it's made by Insignia, and it comes with power connectors, one for Acer computers, 2 different ones for Dell, 2 different ones for HP, and a Lenovo plug. And you just, you know, pop and go and where you're at. It's a 90-watt charging power supply, 10-foot cable. So anyways, I get to the cash and the guy's like, I'll give you 10 bucks off. Sweet! 40 bucks in tax, I'm in. So 60 bucks plus tax on 60 bucks total, because it was like 20 bucks in tax for the laptop. And I knew the laptop was already working fine because there was a charge in the battery. And Value Village is very notorious for selling the chargers separate. And so it's kind of like, well, is it on the wall anywhere? Apparently not. Or I could have only spent $5. But anyway, so I thought, well, what the heck, let's do it. Now the battery is in great shape too, holds a charge, 100%, does fine. We'll find out what kind of runtime it actually has in the end, because I have to keep it on the charger while I'm doing updates, obviously. But it does have SVGA, Ethernet, it's got a modem built into this old dog, 3 USB ports, looks like we got headphone line in and line out, our microphone or something. It's got a few different ports. Oh, pink ones. So we got microphone, we got line in, and we got headphones. And of course it does have an SD card reader up front and the forever turning volume knob. I love these kind of volume systems in any kind of gear because you can turn it forever and never have to worry about breaking it. So that's always cool. It's got a DVD burner in it that works as well. But anyway, so I did upgrade the RAM to 4 gigs because I had a stick kicking around here, and it maxes out at 4 gigs. But I think we can max it even higher. I think we can take it to 8, but I have to find some DDR2 5300 or 5300S 667 megahertz RAM that's 4 gigs per stick. And then I should be able to crank this thing up to 8 gigs. So as long as I keep the RAM speed the same, I'll be fine. But that's all the RAM I had here, but at least we got to 4 gigs. Because it was giving me a snooty little attitude with 3 gigs in it, but that's why I figured the 1 gigger had to have an issue there. So swapped another 2 gigger in. It's been working fine. Now we got to spend the next 5 years doing updates. It is a 1.9 gigahertz dual core processor, so it should have enough snot in it to even play Far Cry 1, but also play the Dungeon Lords game that me and my buddy do. And so I'm hoping anyways, because if it plays Far Cry even at high graphics without a problem, it'll definitely play Dungeon Lords hassle-free. And I guarantee it'll play the original version of Dungeon Lords because that's a really old one. But I want to play the new one because the graphics are nicer. But I wanted another portability solution other than my wife's old tower, because I am trying to sell that thing. And I am thinking about selling my gaming system in favor of getting probably another Intel iMac. I'm thinking an iMac Pro. But that's going to cost me some money no matter what. And I have reasons for the iMac Pro, but we'll talk about that on some other videos down the road. But for gaming portability wise, for what me and my buddy play for gaming, this thing should hopefully do the trick. And for 60 bucks, hey, it's a gamble. But you know, I found one of these for sale online on some website in the States, and they're asking, like, this is a store, and they're actually selling the same one for 60 bucks US, you know. So I figured, well, I got 60 bucks Canadian into it plus tax, so I think I did a pretty good solid deal there. That's definitely a savings. And it does seem to be fine so far with Windows 10. But of course, time will tell once we get things going. I am thinking very seriously about putting an SSD drive in it if it does work well for the games. I'm definitely going to put an SSD in it to get some more, you know, faster boot time and loading time of games and stuff, because it's going to need some extra help in that area. For sure. Nothing beats an SSD. But otherwise, she's a pretty clean laptop. Everything seems to function fine. It's got a 480p camera. I will actually be doing a review on this thing too, once I find out its limitations, because I know a lot of people are still looking for older laptops, you know, especially ones that can run 10, and this one definitely does. We know that so far. And you know, and we're still good for Windows 10 for about another 3 years, I think, 2.5, 3 years, before Microsoft said they would cut all of us off and force us to comply with Windows 11, which really apparently sucks pretty bad now. I even went back to Windows 10 on my gamer system. You know, not a bad little system so far. So we'll see how it goes in the end. But you know, this is my little score video, so do stay tuned for a review. When I do the review, if I can get this thing to run some games, I'll do some game testing with you guys on that review to show you how well it either plays them or how sucky it really is. Because we only have up to 1 gig of NVIDIA power, but like I said, with that extra gig of RAM I put in, it might share a little bit extra and get me 1.5 gigs. And if it even does that, it'll be fine. And I know with 1 gig, the video wise, it should be good for Far Cry, because I have done that before under Windows 10. Mind you, that was on a much faster processor, but limited to 1 gig of onboard video, which is different than having 1/4 gig dedicated and the rest shared. So a little different. We'll see how it does. In the meantime, guys, stay tuned for more. I also did get another score today. I'm not even going to bother showing you on camera at all, but it's just nothing special. It's just a keyboard stand that's foldable. They sell for about 70 bucks, and I got it for like 10 bucks at Value Village, and it's like brand new condition. So I figured, well, I got another MIDI keyboard here. Why not have another stand, right? So, anyways, that was my other score, but this was the main one. So, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.